Namaskar.
I am Ansuman Kumar
I am Tushar Sharma.
and we are the team leaders of AV IT Bombay.
This year IIT Bombay is coming to loot the treasure.
Hi, I'm Abdullah.
And I'm Lockheed Muzumdar.
We represent the mechanical subdivision.
We modified our equipment to get acclimatized to the new team.
I am Satnam Bakshi. I am Jayaprakash. We represent the LX subdivision. This year major work was development of electronics which are more stable and compact.
I'm Matysa
I am Hari Prasad and we represent the software subdivision.
This year, the software stack has been reconstructed from the grassroots level in order to ensure modularity and stability.
I am Hari Prasad
And we represent the
software subdivision.
This year, the software stack has been reconstructed from the
1, 2. अच्छा ठीक है वो 3 नहीं बोलेगा वरना 3 आएगा
and we are the team leaders of AV IT Bombay.
हाँ मेरी लाइन क्या थी मैं स्टार्ट नमस्कार
IIT Bombay has done a great job this year leading up to this final sequence, and it's a great pleasure to welcome Sandeep Dakar up here on the commentary desk. Sandeep, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
One thing I wanted to ask just quickly before we get into the recap, you guys got to pick your final slot, and you picked one in the middle. Many teams pick one at the end to give themselves the most time. Why did you pick the middle kind of slot?
It's mostly because of the time and the lightning over here, so we choose the appropriate for us. So
Having that predictability of the sunlight can help.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick look at what happened for IIT Bombay during their semifinals runs.
Bombay struck fear in the hearts of landlubbers everywhere by making it through the start gate, following 2 path markers, and finding their way through the navigation channel with points for style. They nearly scuttled the ship by touching both red and green buoys, and they found the island when they surfaced in the octagon. Their pirate treasure of points was secured when they detected the random pinger, placed 1 marker on the closed lid anchor box, and plundered bonus points for time.
So the robot's in the water. Let's go over there to the dock and give them a countdown. In 3, 2, 1, start the clock.
So I see it's underway. What's your plan for attack for this final run?
First we get to the gate, and then we attempt the buoy, and then we go to the parking here and do some style, and after that we go for the random pinger.
What should we expect for a style?
Maybe 180-degree turns or flip-on. If you wanna know.
Just I don't want to ruin the surprise, but I also want to know whether it's doing what it's supposed to.
Yeah, okay.
So I see it's approaching the gate.
Yeah.
Do you guys use the orange on the side to see it at all?
No, mostly. We do point it out there and shoot it. We don't have that much camera,
So we're past the gate.
yeah, it passed the gate, and now it will scan for the buoy. We gonna only do, I think, red buoy only. So it will do the red buoy and then proceed to the next task.
So can't quite see yet the buoys showing up there. We can just see the red one. Very hard to spot. Once again, depending on the camera, it can look very, very blue.
Yeah, it's in the scanning zone, I think.
So why did you choose the red? Because red's really hard to see underneath the water.
No. The green one is hard to see because the algae behind it so also green, so we not able to detect properly. So red is kind of different color, so we can detect it that easily.
A lot of it's very dependent on the camera, as we can see when we change shots here. Suddenly that red pops more of an orange on this camera, but the sensor makes a big difference, and bang, there's a buoy touch on the red, very nicely. A ship scuttling, hole knocked in the hull, according to Dave's pirate theme.
No, we're gonna not do attempt the ship. Thanks us.
So you will attempt to pull the ship?
No, we don't.
Yeah, so the pulling down of the ship not happening here, but we can think of the buoy touches as being the crew knocking a hole in the hull. Now we see the navigation channel there. Are you guys using the path markers?
Yeah, sometimes we do, but if we're not gonna detect properly, then it will go for its proper position.
These shots here from the side give us just another example of how cluttered the background is at Transtech, how much sort of visual mess there is in the image compared to testing in a swimming pool, for example. So that's just something every year when teams come out here, they have to adapt and adjust to the conditions here at Transtech, which may not be like anything their robot has seen before.
It's also the lighting. The lighting makes a huge difference, which is, I think, just a nice strategy you have of trying to pick when your ideal lighting is. Sometimes orange looks pink, sometimes it looks really deep orange.
And we're not able to detect it properly because of the background also.
I took some shots a few years ago to use on the webcast, which I haven't loaded this time, but of those three buoys, red, yellow, and green, showing that in different lighting conditions, the notion of what a yellow buoy and what a green buoy were, it was just completely indistinguishable. One looked like another, depending on what the lighting conditions were.
Makes it very difficult for software developers to try to take in all the different conditions. So it looks like you're looking for the channel?
Yeah, it's scanning for the channel, so as soon as scan it to the style and move through the channel. I think it just did scan it, and now
one
yeah,
thing.
she found it.
Begin the spin.
There we go.
Yeah, it's gonna go backward.
180 degrees.
Yeah.
And then a little reverse parallel parking. Attempting what many consider the most difficult part of a driving test.
Looks like it's through the gate.
Yeah,
Very nice.
And another spin.
Yeah.
So did you choose the random pinger?
Yeah, we choose a random finger, so whichever task comes first, we do that.
So we'll find out shortly, hopefully, based on what the robot does, which pinger has been turned on.
It's difficult not to know, is it?
Yeah. We had to choose, like our acoustic system should be good, so we can locate the fingers and everything. So I think we may locate it. I hope probably.
While we wait with bated breath to see what pinger has been selected and where the robot's heading, just another quick reiteration that if you'd like to send any questions or comments in, the address is robosubqa@gmail.com, and if you're a social media person, please tweet and use Facebook with the hashtags #Robosub and #Robonation, and we'll be monitoring those and maybe throw your tweet or posting up here on the webcast to show the teams how much you support them and their hard work and many hours of sleepless engineering.
This can be unnerving because you don't know which pinger is on, you don't know if it's going the right way. The fact that you don't talk to these vehicles as a programmer, you just have to hope you programmed it right and it's doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's a big leap of faith, I think, because we have to totally depend on the vehicle what we do. So. But another point is if we got it tighter, then the huge amount of scores we get. So I think we have to take the chance.
Well, I'm gonna guess here that the random pinger is at the bins and Torpedo's task.
So it's gonna do the bin task first.
And will it use vision to line up on those bins?
Line up second.
And what about the lid? Any attempt to remove the lid?
Yeah, we're gonna do the lid opening and then drop in the marker.
Oh, that's great. I'm really looking forward to that because the manipulation tasks in many ways are the most difficult parts of this competition, and it's exciting to see the robot attempt them. So I'm looking forward to it.
Localize itself, and now it's gonna try to open up the lid. I think.
Wow, this is very, very exciting to see.
Is it feeling the pressure?
Yeah. It's exciting, but also a little bit nervous.
Oh, it's getting very close.
Yeah.
There we go, and
Oh, it didn't get.
we can see there the deployment of the gripper, but it didn't quite hit the handle. And there's the retraction of the gripper. Here's another example.
It's gonna.
Oh, that's great, because I was about to say one of the things about these competitions and the autonomy nature of them is it's very tough for the robot to figure out if it's done something correctly or not. So the fact that the robot knows to try again, big testament to your programming team.
So how do you know if it picks it up?
We're gonna recheck the image by the bottom camera if it's on or off. So by that we're gonna know it's gonna attempt or not. So
just missed again on the outside.
Again.
Will it try a third time?
I think it's gonna do it. I'm not sure.
I can't see right now what our time remaining is, but there's quite a lot of time left. There we go, half left. So I'm gonna hope it tries again.
There we go.
Come on to the left,
Gripper's
just a little
looking
bit.
close. Oh.
Saw a touch. Couldn't get much closer than that, but just on the outside.
It's really nice to have these underwater shots so you can see what's going on.
And very nicely designed gripper as well, to be able to drive it in both directions and have another shot.
The software team did a good job this year, so we are hoping.
Trying for another?
Yeah.
There we go. This looks
time
good.
it's going
This looks good.
Yeah.
Closed.
Yeah,
there we go.
It's got it. Huge applause from behind me here at Transstack. There's a lot of people that was hoping for that to happen, including
So you
us up
weighed
here
the
on the desk.
anchor.
Yeah. Now it's gonna drop torpedo marker droppers in the bin.
That's really great, and I think amongst people that were very excited to see that happen is going to be Dave Novick, because as much as he designs this course to be challenging, he loves it when the manipulation tasks get performed successfully. It's all too infrequent because of how difficult they are, so he's going to be silently cheering there, I think, too.
So weighing anchors, 500 points.
We can actually see a quite nice shot there of is that the name of the robot, Matysa?
Yeah, it's Matysa.
What does it mean?
It's like incarnation of the Lord Vishnu. So depend on, and it's also a ship. So ship like a fish. Sorry, fish.
A kind of fish?
Yeah. So
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're over the bin.
Yeah, I think it's gonna drop it. It's on the lid, I think.
Is that your marker on the edge?
Yeah, it's only misplaced.
Okay, so we had a shot. I missed the drop, but just hit the edge of the bin. What do you use for markers?
There's a 3D printed parts over there, and we actually use SS balls to make it heavier, so it goes down faster.
So is it hydrodynamically designed so it drops very straight?
Yeah,
that's a good thing to do to reduce that other small amount of uncertainty of how it falls through the water.
Nice thing about the transdeck is there's not a lot of current as you would see in real life. So that makes it a little bit easier, but still very difficult to do.
Yeah, mostly the vision part is difficult.
We can get a better idea here too of the turbidity of the water. There's lots of bits of algae floating around and stuff like that. It's not crystal clear. There's a lot of real-world environmental effects here, even for a pool.
I think Dave comes and just stirs it up on purpose to make it, more challenging for the final rounds.
You know, Dan, that's probably why Dave falls into Transdeck every year, to stir up the water and make it harder for the teams. he's shaking his fist at me. He'll make me walk the plank for that comment later.
He's trying to shoot torpedoes and scanning the torpedoes and...
Not to give away any spoilers, but will the robot try to remove the obstruction shutter on the small window?
Maybe we implemented it, but it may use to remove the lid. May not. Not sure, but we didn't test it actually.
So in practice, the door was on the top, correct?
Yeah, it's in the bottom. So maybe.
And for finals, he moved it to the bottom, just to,
just to make life more difficult.
Spice of life.
There's every little element of this competition involves trade-offs and strategy. So, for example, with the torpedo task, the closer you get to the windows, the less uncertainty there is about the torpedo's path, but the harder it is to see the windows because the camera gets too close. So teams have to figure those trade-offs out when they design the behaviors of their robot.
It's got amazing amount of control because it comes right up to it, but yet doesn't push it over.
Yeah.
Lined up pretty nicely there from our perspective. But the angle is deceptive. Little over 6 minutes left, so there's no cause for rushing at this point, but there's still plenty of points to be scored elsewhere in this course. One thing that's worth mentioning here.
There we go.
There we go.
The torpedoes get through.
Nice shot.
So do you have a timeout so that it essentially moves on after a certain amount of time?
We have a timeout. Around, I think it gave 5 minutes for the torpedoes. So if it didn't find the torpedoes, it will time out and move to the next task. But I think it's gonna attempt another torpedo.
So that was the small W. So the maximum points at this point, I think, would be I'm guessing it's. I'm guessing northwest is the direction being set here, and so shooting for that other the small north, which is the one with the cover on it. But looks like the sub's moving on.
Moving on to the next task.
One thing I wanted to mention, while we were doing that torpedo one, is that the letters are important. There is a direction that's being set, so the teams are actually doing optical character recognition as well to help them, in some cases, to do the maximum points of the task. Is that something you guys are doing visually?
Yeah, we did that, but I don't think it's attempted. We're trying to do the NW task. In the morning we did, but it didn't go through this. But we did in sequence. So.
We're teaching these robots to read.
Yep. It's gonna do, I think, octagon task.
So you're now listening for the pingers?
Yeah, another ping.
Can see the tower there on the bottom of the frame, which the acoustic pinger is attached to. And it looks like the robot knows exactly what it's doing, homing in on that.
So what technique are you using for acoustic localization?
hydrophone and NI deck for the conversion of analog to digital, the signal from the hydrophones.
Looks like you're coming to the surface.
Yeah,
So it's
we did
there,
set this
and
up.
there we are.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
breach.
so- yeah.
Saw the that top little package, which I guess is your IMU
Yeah, it's
mount,
IMU mount.
poking through the water.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
We're gonna end the run right now.
And
yeah.
that's no surprise at all. That was a fantastic run. That's a great finals run, and also a credit to how well you guys have done practicing that in the semifinals and before that. You've been very, very consistent this week.
It's our 5-year worth paying out. 5-year paying off, I think.
Yeah, it must feel really good to have all that hard work pay off.
Yeah.
The first time in the finals, how do you feel?
So we are little excited about it because we didn't get chance last year. Last year actually we got we may be in the final, but our thruster got stuck in the one of the prop, I think. So we got thruster damage, so we didn't get to the final. So this year we are more excited about it.
One of the things about your team that I really liked when I came around and took a look at the sub earlier is the way that you guys have improvised and built a lot of the stuff yourself. The team has just really made the most of its resources in designing the sub. So I took a few pictures, and for example, here you had. Using some very powerful thrusters and had some potential for injury there when the thrusters turned on under the water. So you made your own safety screens there on the back of the thrusters. Your battery enclosures are very handmade there so that they can be accessed easily. Are the batteries replaced?
Yeah, batteries can easily replace by freehand, and only one person can do it without any tools or anything.
I thought that was really great. And then let me zip forward here. Well, here are some magnetic switches that are also homemade.
Yeah, this is homemade.
And the thing I really wanted to feature is here, disconnectable waterproof connectors. The official off-the-shelf commercial ones are really, really expensive. They can cost $400 for a single connector, but you guys manufactured your own for low cost and equally effective at this depth.
Yeah, it's I think $5 cost on it. So.
That's really wonderful. I love that stuff. And you I don't know if you go down there in Mumbai. There's a place where you can buy just about anything, any industrial thing called Chor Bazaar. Do you know Chor Bazaar? Do you ever go down there to buy components for the submarine?
No, I didn't get the Chor Bazaar. I know the place called Chor Bazaar, but I didn't get it.
That's one of my favorite places to hang out in Mumbai because you can buy anything there. Things get taken apart, things get put back together in different ways, and it's just a great place to get bits and pieces and things that can be useful.
Okay. Maybe I go next time.
Yeah, I recommend it for engineers and people who like to build things. It's a great place. Let's head over to the dock and see what Amy has for us.
All right, I'm here with Harry from IIT Bombay. He does the software on his team. One gloriously long run. You guys scored so many points and made it through that gate. Nailed the red buoy, did a 360 spin through style, through the navigation channel. After 2 attempts at lifting the bin lid, you finally lifted that lid. That was awesome to watch. We were so excited. I think you're the only team to even try that. Then you fired your torpedo through the course board, you breached the Octagon Island. How do you feel after that amazing run?
I'm really excited. We expected it. It happened as we expected. There were some small glitches, but we are happy with the run.
Awesome. So what was it like watching that run? Were you stressed out? Were you feeling good?
I was a bit stressed out.
Bit stressed out. Yeah, we were all kind of biting our nails, hoping that it would keep going on. So is your team relieved to be at this point in the competition where your run is done and you've scored your points?
Yeah, we are really happy about whatever's happened. We hope to do better next time.
Awesome. Well, I hope we see you next year. Congratulations making it to the finals, and congratulations on such an awesome run. Good job, you guys.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Back to you, Zaz.
That was just a really amazing run, and I must say, just from an excitement perspective, if you could just make the robot on purpose take a few times to grab the lid, that really ramped up the excitement, but I'm just super glad that it managed to do it in the end. So congratulations on all your hard work paying off, and thanks, Sandeep, for joining us up here.
Thanks. I congratulate all the IU ITB teams also. So
Very
all
solid.
the hard work and everything. So.
Doing that's certainly worth mentioning. Everyone who is here has worked really hard, whether or not they made it into the finals, and they should all be proud of themselves. Can I ask you one question before we go on to the next team? Because we just had a question come in from our question email address, robosub@gmail.com, and I'm curious to ask a few teams about this, but I'll start with you. The question is, how much does it cost to build a sub and come into the competition? So do you know how much your sub costs to put together, roughly?
At least the mechanical part only costs in around 2 lakhs in INR, I think. INR 2 lakhs. But mostly the electronics the sensors are costlier. So if we don't have a sensor, the mechanical part is only 2 lakhs. So including the sensor and all, it costs around 22 lakhs. So
mostly
the DVL part is costly. So.
For those who don't know what a lakh is and what the conversion rate is, do you know what that would be? What 22 lakhs would be in dollars, roughly?
Divided by 60, I think 67 divided by 6, around 4,000.
About $4,000?
No, 4,000 only. No, it's not. Around $3,000.
About $3,000. So that's goes to show that even though some sensors can cost can cost tens of thousands of dollars, you just had a fantastic run in the finals. So it's possible to compete hardware-wise for about $3,000. That makes that achievement even more impressive. How much you've been able to accomplish without a huge funds outlay.
Well, it definitely doesn't count the labor hours, because these students put thousands of hours in. I bet they would say your sub is priceless, given all the investment
and our investment and our.
So Sean, hopefully that goes to a little way towards answering your question, and we'll try and remember to ask some of the other teams as they come up to give an idea. I will say that out of my informal conversations with teams, the least that I've seen any team spend on a Robosub entry is just a few $100s. So people have come here and competed for an outlay of just a few $100s in Home Depot parts, and an Android phone is the cheapest one that I saw a few years ago. So if you're thinking of putting a team together, don't think that you need a huge budget in order to come here and learn a lot about underwater robotics. Well, Sandeep, once again, thank you so much for coming up and joining us. Congratulations on a great run.